Hello everyone, I'm Neelam Choudhary, your host for the web series Django Project Based Learning. So in Django, we have two types of form. One is a Django form, other is a model form. I've already covered the Django form in the previous tutorial. So if you don't know about the Django form, kindly go through that tutorial and I will be talking about the model form in this tutorial. So we go for the model form whenever the fields of the form are similar to what we have in the model, means you want to have the student information and you already have a model related to the students, then you can go for the model form. Also, whenever the form is doing any operations on your database, like you want to update some data, you want to delete some data from your database with the help of the form, then we can go for the model form. Okay, so let us see practically how we can create such model form. So I already have a project with me. Okay, so in this I have created a project named EP13 Forms, and in this app 1 is the application. So in the project I have added my application in the settings.py file. Then in the URL I'm specifying whenever the user is going to hit on the home page, that is 127.0.0.1, it will call a function home. So this has also been added. It will come over here and it will call the function, and this function will do what? It will render your home.html page. So I have created that page inside the folder named templates, and we have a home.html. Okay, and this template I have created within the application. The next thing is what? I have to create a form. So it is created from the model. So I have created a model as well. So this is a student model where the fields are name, email and the phone number. And after you create a model, you are supposed to run two commands: py manage.py make migrations, py manage.py migrate. Okay. Suppose you have such kind of project, and now let us start making the model form. So over here, let us first create a file, forms.py. The name of the file has to be forms only. Okay. Then you will write from Django import forms. We are going to make the use of the module forms, and since we want to use that models as well that we have created, so from current directory there is a file named models. From that import a class that we have created, that is student. Okay, because our form will be created from that. Now create a class. Whatever name of the class you want, you can give it. Since it will show the student information, I will write the name as student info. Then from forms, there is a model form class. It will inherit it from that. Then write class meta. And the model that we are going to use is what? Student, which we have already created. Okay. Now, which fields you want in the form? See, in your model right now, I am having only 3 fields. Suppose there are 20 fields, and if I want all the 20 fields, I will not keep on writing the name of each and every field. What I will do, I will write. So, if you write it like this way, your form will have all the fields which are there in your models. Suppose out of these 20 fields, I want all the 19 fields except one. Then how you will write? You will write exclude which one? Suppose phone. So except phone, include all the fields in your forms. Okay. And if you want only some fields, you can specify, like I want the name field. You can specify it over here. Okay. So right now I need all the fields. So I will write it like this way. Okay. So this form will have all the fields which is present in my models. Next thing, so this will automatically create a form. Now come to your views.py file and say, whenever you will land on any page, initially it will be a get request. Remember that. Okay. So from current from the current application, there is a file name forms. Import the class. The class that I'm going to use is what? Student info. And also I will be using the model. So I will write from dot models import student. Okay, because I'm going to make the use of this model as well. Okay, so let me import both the things that we have created. Now, what we will do, we will create an object of this class and we'll pass it to the HTML. How do we pass information? Always in the form of a dictionary. Whatever key you want, you can give it, and I give the object as FM. Okay. So what I have done, whenever somebody is going to click on that URL, this function will be called, which will create an object of the class student info, and it will pass it to home.html. And over here, we will render it. How do we render? With the help of double curly braces. We write the name of the key. What is a key? Form. It will give me that particular value. Okay. So let us run the server and see. How do we run the server? With the help of the command py manage.py run server. So let us see. See, I can see the form over here. If you'll write view page source, see, for the name, the label and the input has been created. Similarly, for the email field, the label and the input has been created. And for the phone number also, the label and the input tag has been created automatically. Okay. But if you will see, the form should always be in the form tag, which is not provided by Django. So we will have to do it. So we will come over here and we will put this inside the form tag. Okay. We will also create the button of submit and value see. So the form has been created with this. So now if you will view the page source, okay, the form tag will be there. Let us give the method as well. So there are two methods in the form. One is a get method and a post method. Whenever you want to show the form, we go for the get method, and whenever we save the data, okay, we use a post method. So I am written method will be post, and action is blank means it will call the same function again. So when I will click on the submit button, the same URL it will hit. Okay, the same URL it will hit again, means automatically the same function will be called. Okay. So now let us see, whenever we are going to land on a page, initially it will be a get request. Okay. When I'm landing on this page, it is a get request. And when I will fill the data and I will click, it will be a post method. So I will have to handle the post method as well. So I will come over here and I will write if the request dot method is equal to post, then what you will do, you will again create an object of the student and this time the object will have data. So take that data as well and save it in the database. Else what you will do, if it is a get method, just show a blank object, a blank form. Okay. Now here you can see whenever you will land on this page, first it will create the object of the student information and it will not have any data. We'll pass it to the HTML page which will render that particular form. So you will get this form without any data. And when you will click on submit, it will be a post method. Action is what this means, it will call the same function again. Now it will check, okay, the method is post. So again create the object of this particular class. But this time the object, you will create the object with the given data which is coming from the form. And that object you will save in the database. fm.save will automatically save in the database. To check whether it will save it in the database or not, what I will do, I will go in the admin panel and I will check it. So those who don't know how to create a super user, first you will have to create a super user. Then you will go in the admin panel and you will check your models. Okay. I have also registered my model in the admin.py. That is why I am able to see over there. Okay. So now let us see if they have any data. Let us submit the form and check. Okay. Name, suppose, let me write Ria. Let me give some email ID and the phone number. And if I'll click, okay, it will give me the error of CSRF token. We will go in the HTML. You will include the CSRF token, which is a, so we write the CSRF token. Basically, it is a feature which is provided by Django to provide the to prevent the cross-site forgery. Okay, so you have to write this. Now let me come over here. Let me click on submit. Let me hard refresh it. Now submit the data. We'll write some data over here. And phone number. Click on submit. Let us come over here, refresh it, see. The data has been saved in the database. So this is how you create a model form and this is how the data gets saved in the database. Okay. Now, suppose here you want to do some changes in the form, like you want to change this label, you want to add the classes and the ID to this particular form, then how you will do it? You will come over here. I want to change the labels, so I will reuse labels. Of whom I want to change the label, suppose for the field name, I want to change the label to first name. This field name will come from your model, okay? Name I have written, so name will come. Email, so over here I will come the forms.py file and I will say for the field name email, kindly change it to email ID. Okay. Then suppose I want to add some classes. You will add it. For name, it is, you will add it like this way. For name, it is forms dot text input attrs. Then suppose I want to add a class, name of that class be name1, whatever you want you can write. Suppose I want to write the placeholder as well, so you can write the placeholder as. Okay. So I have changed the label of this field. For one field name, I have added the class and I have added the placeholder. Similarly, if you want the email field, what you will do, you will just put a comma. See, this is for, this bracket is closing over here. You will put a comma and then you will write for the email field as well. Similarly, I want to do it for the email as well. Okay. For email, it will be field input and suppose I give the class a and the placeholder as email. Now let us save this. I can see the field have changed now. For the name, it is first name. For the email, the label has changed to email ID and I can see the placeholder If you want to see the classes and ID has been added or not, see. For the name field, the class name one has been added, and for the email field, also the class has been added. So this way you can change the labels, widgets, and you can add the Bootstrap class as well. Okay, over here, Bootstrap class, that is the form control, you can write it over here, and you can make the use of the Bootstrap class as well. And how to render the form in different ways, and how to render each and every fields of the form I have covered in the previous video. Let me quickly cover over here as well. Writing this way, you're rendering all the forms together, all the fields of the form together. But when you will do the error handling, you will be needing each and every field individually. So for that, what you will do, you will apply a for loop, percentage, for each field in the key that we have passed. I will end the for loop as well. Otherwise, we will forget it and we will get error. Then we will show for each field. So first, each field will become name. I want to see the label tag for that particular field. So each field dot label tag, and then I will be showing each field. Okay, so let us see what we will get. Okay, we are getting the same output over here. You will have to write the BR tag. Okay, we are getting the field and the input box, the label tag, again the input box, the label tag, and the input box. But here I am rendering each field. So what is happening over here? We will create a label of the field name. Then it creates the input box for name. Yes. Then we get a label for email. Get the input box for email. And similarly for the phone. Okay. What happens? Each item will first go the name. It will render the label tag, this tag. Then it will render the input box. Okay. Then the each will go to the email. For that, it will give the label tag. For that, it will give the input. Okay. So here we are rendering each and every item individually, which will be helpful when we will study the error handling. So this is what the model form is. So I hope everything is clear. So before we end, kindly like and subscribe the channel, as it will boost me to create many more videos, and I will be coming with the next video very soon. Till that time, if you have any doubts in any video, kindly write down in the comment box. I will give you the replies. Thank you. Bye-bye.